Oh, hi there, and welcome to Verbank Complex. X accuracy right on the left. This is the exterior. Now, there is wild Pokemon battles that you can fight here, but with the exception of Pidove, everything can be obtained within the complex itself, so I'll cover wild Pokemon once we get inside. If you come up to this guy, he's gonna be like, yo, I have a good deal for you. I'm totally not selling anything illegal or anything bad or anything of any sort. Hey, you want to trade? So he'll give you a Great Ball in exchange for a Pokeball, and I believe he does this daily. So it's a free conversion of a Pokeball into a Great Ball. So I guess it's a good deal if you want to keep coming back, but personally, I have this thing with Pokeballs. I like using Pokeballs over any other Pokeball. I don't know why, so to me, I don't really care. You can also grab yourself a Silk Scarf, which boosts normal type moves by 20% on said Pokemon that you have it equipped to. Now, generally, most people by this point, if you're into competitive Pokemon battling, you know that these types of hold items are not overly useful when it comes to competitive fighting, but in-game, 20% stat boost is actually pretty useful, and especially since you don't really have hold items that are used in competitive battling, like leftovers and stuff. So if you have a normal type on you, definitely attach it to your normal types. But I don't really have any normal types that are worth equipping it on, so I'll probably leave it not attached for now. Anyways, you could enter on into the Virbank complex. There's quite a bit we can do here. I don't think there's actually anything here at the immediate beginning. A tree you can cut down. I hate HMs, even though they're... yeah, whatever. Anyways, you talk to this guy. Hey there, trainer. I need you to do something for me, because everyone in this world needs you to do something for them. Apparently you need to fire up some workers in this place, because they're lazy scumbags who don't work. That's nice. You can actually see one of them directly above you when you first enter. And there's also quite a few battles you can fight in this place as a whole. So, let's begin. What? Level 17? Really? Wow, it just shows how much I forget about 5th gen. Alrighty, Oshawott is evolving. This is a typical process in Pokemon games. As your Pokemon get stronger, they evolve. And... do what? I completely forgot it was level 17. That threw me for a curve. I actually was going, what? It evolves? What? When Pokemon evolve, they get stronger, and normally they're capable of learning stronger moves. This is not always 100% positive. If you're unsure about the Pokemon you're using and if you want to evolve it and when, typically you'd want to check an online Pokedex of some sort. If it evolves through just flat out leveling up, though, typically you just want to let it evolve. But the exceptions are typically with Pokemon that evolve through like stones and stuff, evolution stones. Anyways, grab a Great Ball there that's hidden, and I'll go through the wild Pokemon with you. The first of our wild Pokemon on this route, and actually first of two, is Magby and Elekid. Magby is only in black 2, Elekid is only in white 2, each at a 25% rate. Magby and Elekid are both really solid Pokemon to have on your team, fire type and electric type respectively. They both evolve at level 30 into Magmar and my mind blanked, Electabuzz. Now, it's a pretty long wait to get it to evolve, but they do learn good moves, they have decent stats. The only issue that I have with using them on my team is you have to trade to evolve them to their final form, Magmortar and Electivire, and for some people who don't have access to trading, that may be an issue. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have the ability to trade with someone to get it to evolve, you're probably going to want to take a pass. Next on the roster is Coughing, a poison type with the Levitate ability, so it only has one weakness to Psychic type moves. Coughing is definitely not a Pokemon you're probably going to pick because you like its looks, because it's quite an ugly Pokemon, but it is a pretty decent tanky Pokemon. It's good in the defense department. The two issues with using it are, one, it takes to level 35 to evolve into Weezing, so it's a pretty long wait. The other issue is I'm just not fond of Pokemon that are more tanky because I like flat-out offense, at least in terms of in-game teams. When it comes to competitive battling, I actually love tanky Pokemon, so Coughing is one Pokemon that's designed to take more hits, so it kind of slows your progress if you're someone who really wants to just one-shot everything. But other than that, it's a pretty solid choice if you like Coughing, I would say. Go ahead, try it out. Next on the roster is Magnemite, or as I like to call it, free win for the second gym, yay! Magnemite is an electric steel type and the Electabuzz alternative. I really like Magnemite. I used to think it was a stupid Pokemon, but when Magnezone became its third evolution, I kind of grew on it. It really grew on me. It evolves at level 30 into Magnemite, and then if you level it up in the Chargestone Cave, it'll evolve into Magnezone. It's got good moves, it's very good typing because it's a steel type, and we all know steel types are just absolutely amazing. Skarmory. If I wasn't going to use Skarmory in this walkthrough, I actually might have thought about using it. Why is it so good? If you have one that knows Sonic Boom, I believe it's level 11 to learn it, you basically win the second gym. So if for whatever reason you're struggling with the second gym, come back, catch one of these, and you'll have no problem beating the second gym. The last Pokemon is Magby's counterpart, at least like in terms of this area, in case you don't have Black2, is Growlithe. Growlithe is also going to be the first Pokemon I add to my roster. Hooray! I know a lot of people have been anticipating me to actually catch something to use, and Growlithe is that. Magby is a little bit more useful in terms of an in-game Pokemon for two reasons. One, Growlithe requires a Firestone to evolve, which that in itself is not too bad. But because it evolves with a stone, it loses the ability to learn most moves after it evolves into Growlithe. So that means you have to wait until probably, arguably, I want to say level 41 so it can learn Flamethrower and Crunch. Basically, you have to delay its evolution so it can learn moves. But Growlithe is a really cool Pokemon, and I've always liked it. It's from the original, I guess, Fire-type rivalry of first gen, Vulpix and Growlithe. I like Vulpix a little bit more, but the reason I decided to catch Growlithe, and a lot of people actually recommended this, I'm surprised, I got like 5 or 6 comments probably saying, catch a Growlithe and nickname it Penny, in honor of my dog that passed away. And you know what? It's hard to argue with that. Actually, when I did film the first part, I kind of did not play far enough to know that Growlithe was obtainable this early on. So as soon as I found that out, I'm like, yeah, I have to go with that. So, Penny shall be added to the roster. In addition, you can find the Patrats and Audinos here, but that's nothing new. We've seen those before. Anyways, we can wander on over this way, and up here you'll find some weird guy talking about a bunch of technical terms that anyone younger playing this game is going to be like, what is he talking about? And even me, for someone who's had as much science classes and whatnot, even for me, I kind of have to wonder, what the heck is he talking about? He certainly is a strange one. Don't forget to grab the tiny mushroom up in the top left. Man, I'm running into a lot of wild Pokemon. When you're trying to find wild Pokemon, they never appear. And then when you actually care about them, they're everywhere. It's the weirdest thing ever. Anyways, if you head over this way, you'll find the weird scientist dude again. And he's gonna be like, yeah, those smokestacks. It's breathtaking, quite literally. Polluting our atmosphere. Jeez. And he's gonna run off again. Well, we'll trail him down to the last of his areas, and he will be down here. Stupid light. That is nice. I bet you feel very proud of yourself for sounding so intelligent. Anyways, he's gonna be like, complex buddies forever, yay! And he's gonna give you an ether. I'm not really sure if it's really worth it for the ether to follow him around, but there you have it. And then if you head over here, you can fight this lady. And that was the day Penny won her first Pokemon battle. Well, actually, technically not, because I did have a Pokemon in one of my older walkthroughs that I named after Penny. This lady's gonna be like, you have a Pokedex, and stuff, and things, and so amazing! Here, have some Great Balls. Because people just love giving stuff away to random strangers in this world. Anyways, let's go track down some workers. The problem with this area is, if you remember from Black and White, those platforms that you stand on, if you stand on them still for too long, you'll fall off. This is one of those platforms, so be very careful. And then we can fight the first of the workers. Anyways, after fighting him, you can come on down here and grab TM46 Thief. 40 power, physical base dark type. It steals the held item of any foe. Well, I shouldn't say any. I've read that now it only works on wild Pokemon, which, I mean, really at this point in time, this is a move that you're going to forget about very quickly. It's not bad early on, but you're probably going to forget about it for other items in the future, or other moves in the very, very near future. Up here you can find the second worker. And I'm gonna magically heal up my Pokemon through the powers of video editing. Boom, so magical. Don't you just love video editing? Anywho, one last worker to fight, and as you can see, he's over here, but don't hop down just yet. There's a youngster here, and he needs to be taught a lesson about hiding in high places. And I'm just making stuff up. He needs to be taught a lesson about wearing shorts in autumn. Jeez. I was walking around campus, as I usually do, going to my one class when Hurricane Sandy was affecting us. And it was pouring down rain. And it was like 30 degrees out. And I see this guy wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? How, like... I was freezing and I had a heavy jacket on, and I'm thinking, how can this guy be wearing short sleeves and a t-shirt in this kind of weather? I don't understand how people can do that. And that takes care of the workers. Anyways, you can leave the area. But before leaving, obviously, you want to talk to the guy for your reward for knocking some sense into his workers by fighting them in Pokemon battles. He's going to give you the TM94. It's no longer an HM. That would be Rock Smash, 40 power fighting type move that has a chance of lowering defense. A little bit more useful than it used to be, but... again, it's probably a move that's going to lose interest. Rock Smash may be a little bit more useful later into the game, but eventually you'll probably lose interest and replace that eventually as well. And that takes care of the Verbank complex. If you want to train on dinos or whatever, just to make sure you're ready for the second gym, by all means. And next time, we will fight the gym. Thank you, and good night.